Michael Duarte, the food creator known by many across social platforms, passed away on November 8, 2025 during a trip to Castroville, Texas. His death was confirmed after he was transported to a local hospital and could not be revived. The announcement rapidly spread across Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, because Duarte had spent years building a large and consistent audience that relied on his straightforward cooking videos. His content was familiar to people who enjoyed simple recipes and step-by-step demonstrations. For many viewers, the confirmation of his passing felt abrupt and unexpected, because he had continued to post regularly in the days leading up to the incident. Duarte's online presence had become part of daily life for many followers. His videos were often short, direct, and focused entirely on cooking. He rarely included commentary about himself or his personal life. Instead, he centered every upload on ingredients, preparation, and cooking technique. This clarity in presentation made his content suitable for viewers looking for direct guidance in the kitchen. Because of this, the news of his death resonated widely. It was shared by fans, other creators, and large community pages that highlighted his impact on the online cooking space. The initial reactions were marked by expressions of shock, with many users simply stating that they could not believe the news. According to the details officially released by the Medina County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to a 911 call reporting a disturbance involving a man holding a knife and acting erratically in Castroville. The call prompted officers to approach the location described by the caller. When deputies arrived, they encountered the individual matching the description given in the emergency report. During the encounter, a female deputy discharged 2 rounds from her service weapon. The rounds struck Michael Duarte. Emergency medical personnel were immediately summoned. Duarte was transported to a nearby hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The sheriff's office released no additional sequence-based description of the events beyond the confirmation of the emergency call, the presence of a knife, the 2 shots fired, and the death pronounced at the hospital. There were no further comments on body camera footage, timelines, or extended statements. The details available to the public remain limited to the official information cited by the responding agency. Duarte's family confirmed his passing through a GoFundMe page created shortly after the incident. In the message shared there, the family described the situation as a horrible accident that occurred during his trip to Texas. They explained that the purpose of the fundraiser was to bring him home to California and to cover funeral expenses. The message also expressed the emotional difficulty the family faced and thanked those who offered support. Michael Duarte is survived by his wife, Jessica, and his 6-year-old daughter, Oakley. The family did not provide any additional details regarding the circumstances of the incident and did not issue further public statements. Their communication remained centered on the logistical needs associated with transporting Duarte's remains and holding a service for him. The tone of the announcement was simple and focused on the immediate practical steps required in the days following his death. Michael Duarte grew up in Calipatria, a small agricultural town in Southern California. The region is notable for its quiet pace of life, its farming fields, and the cultural influence shared between American and Mexican communities. Many families in the region maintain food traditions built around simple, hearty ingredients: grilled meats, slow-cooked stews, and dishes prepared outdoors. These traditions shaped Duarte from an early age, providing him with a culinary familiarity that would later appear throughout his videos. At the age of 14, Duarte began working in the small restaurant owned by his uncle. Restaurants of this size typically rely on family involvement, and Duarte learned the foundational tasks of food preparation: cutting vegetables, marinating meats, cleaning surfaces, and managing the basic workflow of a kitchen during peak hours. He often referred to his uncle as a mentor, though he did not detail specific lessons publicly. Based on his comments, his early work environment emphasized discipline, repetition, and consistency qualities that later reflected strongly in his style as a content creator. When he reached adulthood, Duarte moved to the San Diego area, where he worked in multiple restaurants. San Diego's food scene is broad, with influences ranging from coastal seafood to traditional Mexican dishes and fusion cuisine. Even without specific personal records, it is clear that working in such an environment would expose a cook to a variety of ingredients and cooking techniques. Restaurants in busy metropolitan regions require long hours, teamwork, and strict timing. Through years spent in this setting, Duarte strengthened his technical skills, especially in grilling, seasoning proteins, and preparing dishes suited for casual dining. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Duarte experienced a mental health crisis. He spoke openly about undergoing rehabilitation during that period. After completing the program, he returned to work with a renewed focus and stability. This period marked a major turning point in his life, not because he left the culinary field, but because he began exploring a new way of sharing food, by filming it. Duarte started posting cooking videos shortly after his recovery. His first video included his daughter, and he later mentioned that this moment helped him realize how much he enjoyed recording recipes. The videos he created were simple: a wooden cutting board, a piece of meat, a grill, a pan, or a small outdoor cooking setup. He did not rely on complex editing or staged lighting. Instead, he embraced natural sounds, natural light, and real-time cooking steps. His approach aligned well with the trends emerging on TikTok and Instagram during the early 2020s. Viewers increasingly preferred short, digestible, and practical content. Duarte's style, direct, unfiltered, and highly repeatable, fit perfectly with what mainstream audiences were seeking. He often demonstrated techniques such as applying dry rubs, searing meat, slicing cooked proteins, or preparing simple side dishes. These methods were presented slowly and clearly, making the videos easy to follow for beginners and experienced cooks alike. The algorithms of major platforms reward consistency, and Duarte posted on a schedule that allowed his content to surface frequently on users' feeds. His follower base gradually expanded across 4 major platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Combined, his audience exceeded 2 million. Many of his most popular videos accumulated millions of views, especially those focused on outdoor barbecue or straightforward meal preparation. Another factor contributed to his growth. Viewers increasingly looked for cooking videos that avoided overly elaborate production. Many users wanted to see ingredients handled exactly as they would in a home kitchen. Duarte met that need. He prepared meats with visible textures, seasoning sprinkled by hand, and sounds that resembled real cooking rather than stylized content. This authenticity helped him stand out within a crowded digital cooking space. His Instagram biography stated that his purpose was to share to the world food to people who need it the most. Many viewers saved his videos, recreated his dishes, and posted pictures of meals influenced by his recipes. His presence grew steadily and predictably, supported by his soft-spoken, practical approach to food. Alooma Media Group, Duarte's talent agency, issued a statement on November 9th, 2025. They described him as a loyal partner, a reliable collaborator, and an individual who consistently demonstrated professionalism. The agency highlighted his dedication to his craft, his kindness, and his commitment to the work he produced. They referred to him as a devoted husband and a loving father. The agency's message emphasized the positive relationships Duarte maintained within the content creation community. It did not address the incident in Texas or provide additional details surrounding his passing. Instead, the focus remained on acknowledging his character and honoring the contributions he made during his career. Once the news reached the public, Duarte's social media platforms saw a renewed wave of activity. Viewers left comments not only on recent videos, but on older clips that had been posted months or years earlier. They wrote about dishes they had successfully prepared, ingredients they first learned from him, or techniques they had practiced repeatedly after watching his tutorials. Many said that Duarte's calm style had helped them feel more comfortable cooking at home. Other creators in the food niche posted tributes, sharing general memories from interactions, events, or online exchanges. Their posts described the way Duarte's direct approach influenced the broader cooking video community. Several creators highlighted how Duarte represented a shift towards simpler, more transparent cooking content that avoided excessive editing or artificial style. As viewers revisited his older videos in large numbers, platform algorithms picked up on the increased engagement. On YouTube, his clips began appearing more frequently in recommended sections. On TikTok, short edits and re-uploads of memorable moments such as grill sounds or cutting sequences circulated widely. These reposts maintained a respectful tone, often using captions like, "Thank you for sharing your food," or "Rest in peace," without speculating on the circumstances of his passing. In cooking communities on Facebook and Reddit, users created threads dedicated to his recipes. They shared which dishes they planned to cook next and which videos they thought were most helpful. Many commented that they now plan to save his content so they could continue using it as reference. Playlists also emerged on YouTube, grouping his recipes by category: barbecue meats, poultry, outdoor cooking, marinades, and family-style meals. These playlists helped viewers navigate his archive and preserved his content in a way that made it accessible for long-term use. This type of activity is common when creators leave behind a substantial library of practical content. The material continues to circulate because its value extends beyond the creator's lifetime. Michael Duarte's influence rests not in dramatic gestures or elaborate productions, but in the clarity and practicality of his work. His videos exist as a record of simple cooking executed with consistency, and this record continues to serve viewers who search for guidance long after new uploads stop. The nature of cooking content, timeless, repeatable, and widely applicable, allows his videos to remain useful far into the future. Many viewers return to his recipes because they offer an easy entry point into cooking fundamentals. In a digital environment filled with stylized food trends, Duarte's content stands out for its straightforward method. His grilling demonstrations, seasoning routines, and prep techniques offer a foundation that can be followed without specialized tools or ingredients. As a result, his videos function both as instruction and as reassurance for people who want to cook without complication. When creators pass away, their work often gains a second life as viewers revisit it in memory and appreciation. This process reflects a broader pattern within online communities. Content libraries transform into archives that preserve the creator's voice and skill. Duarte's archive now occupies this role. It continues to appear in search results, recommendations, and playlists as people watch, save, and rewatch his tutorials. The reactions from viewers show that his videos resonated not because of complex stories, but because of their reliability. In kitchens across different countries and households, people still recreate the meals he demonstrated. They follow his instructions when preparing family dinners or weekend barbecues. His content helps new cooks overcome uncertainty and helps experienced cooks find simple, direct recipes for everyday use. Beyond recipes, Duarte's work illustrates the way food content connects viewers through shared routines. Cooking videos offer comfort, predictability, and a sense of presence. For many, watching him prepare a meal was part of winding down at the end of a day or gathering ideas before starting one. Even though his uploads ended abruptly, the stability of his style ensures that his content remains relevant and accessible. As long as his videos remain online, Michael Duarte continues to occupy a place within the digital cooking community. His tutorials persist as tools for learning, his instructions remain referenced, and his calm presence continues to accompany viewers in their kitchens. His legacy lives through the meals that are still prepared under his guidance and the countless people who continue to find value in the work he created.